Welcome back to Thursday's Daily Rundown with me, Dan Morfitts. Maddie Howard and Jacob Braden are still here. Are you ready for more of the stories of the day?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Right, a judge has called for a judicial review in the ways the elderly can or should be permitted to continue driving. This is after a crash in Liverpool earlier this year. 80-year-old Norma Stokes was given a 2-year jail term, suspended for those 2 years and banned from driving for life. 5 schoolgirls were badly injured, with one needing ongoing treatment for a brain injury. She pleaded guilty of causing serious injury by dangerous driving after an unblemished licence for the rest of her time on the road. So, do you think our increasingly elderly population should be retested more often to be allowed on these roads?
They're already retested at a certain age, aren't they?
No, they have to reapply for a new licence at the age of, I think it's 70. And they have to renew it, but they don't have to be retested. They just have to be open and honest about any medical problems that might hinder them. So things like glaucoma, heart problems, any
And the ones that
mental...
she had an arthritic knee.
She had an arthritic knee, but she hadn't registered that with them. That was deemed more than fine for her to continue driving. I think the sad thing about this case as well is on the day of the crash, she'd actually been to the doctor for painkilling injections on those knees. But there's no retesting.
Yeah, she stated that she was intimidated by the other drivers. That's why she did what she did.
But that still shows that at 80, should they be getting retested? Because at the moment, there is no retesting.
Yeah, completely. I mean, retesting, that's not a ban. It's retesting their ability. And it would make sense at a certain age.
Jacob, do you think we should go to a more American style of retesting, where you get tested on your eyesight more regularly, you get tested on your skills?
I agree. I think there's some merit in it. I mean, when I was looking at the story, apparently the number of young drivers has fallen 19% in the last few years. So, but the elderly population are growing. People are living longer, living healthier longer. So it's only fair that society should adapt and the regulations around driving should change, and that there are more robust ways of testing people. But obviously, who's going to pay for this? You know, it's going to cost money in it, and how do you just say an age, or do you include certain medical conditions? Because you could be a 60-year-old who has a medical condition that an 80-year-old has. So where do you put the lines in the sand? Is it an age thing, or is it a physicality thing, as in you have certain physical things that impair your driving?
I think there's a physicality thing more than anything with this. Looking at it, there's already constraints in the health system that if you're not able to do driving, the doctor will tell the DVLA, and
that's right,
and then you yourself have to declare it to the DVLA.
You do, when you get in bad trouble,
With this though, it is that physicality thing. Her knees weren't great, but she had a completely unblemished licence. She'd never even had one penalty point, and like you said, even though she pleaded guilty, she did say in court she felt intimidated by other drivers. Was that just by her very age? 80-year-old, you're on the road, it was busy, end of school time. Is that good cause to get retested more often?
Well, I'm not sure.
I would say because overcautious, oversafe drivers are as dangerous drivers, because they are so cautious. They're either really slow or doing stuff which annoys other drivers or impacts on their driving, And
I think the American model is that it's not on age. I think you just every 3 years you get retested. Doesn't matter if you've been driving 3 years or 50 years, you get tested every 3 years. You have to declare everything. I think certain factions of the public would probably say, well, that's just a licence to print money for the DVLA. But when it comes to everybody's safety, that's not a bad thing.
But what would you add to that? The theory test, because if you learn to drive for a certain time, you didn't even do the theory test, and now you can't even take. You got to pass the theory test as well.
And the weird thing is,
so do you include that as well, the theory test, in with the practical driving as well?
I think there might even be a case where this lady is of such an age, 80, that she might not have had to have taken a driving test at all.
Yeah.
She may have been given special dispensation, or she may have got her driving lessons through being a nurse, because I believe she was a former nurse.
Or if she was involved in the Second World War, which is just about possible.
Just possible. As well, looking to the future, with self-driving cars, It's not too pie in the sky. They're a real thing. They're coming. Is this going to be a good way to ferry around? I'm going to say our elderly in society, but I'm going to be part of that elderly generation. Jacob, you're going to be part of that elderly generation. We're both going to have diaries that are completely blank.
Absolutely. I know.
But surely that's a good future for making drivers safer in the future.
What's a good future? Retesting.
Retesting and these driverless cars where the elderly can use them as taxis, basically.
The driverless cars, I mean, it's such a scary concept to me, but if it's reliable, which it will be, I assume, then yeah, it will be a good thing.
I think everybody should just taxi everywhere. I was going to say taxis are safer, but you never know which taxi you're going to get into. Right, let's look into our last story for this part of the show. How do you pay for things in the shops? Is it paper or is it plastic? Well, from the 13th of September, you might not have that choice, as that's the day the new plastic £5 note comes into circulation. The new polymer fiver will have Sir Winston Churchill on it, and the Bank of England have said that they will be cleaner, more durable, they'll last for about 5 years, and harder to fake than the current cotton paper note. But that these new plastic notes actually might stick together in your pocket. So our money's going funny like Australia, Northern Ireland and Scotland already, and will all be plastic by the year 2020. So are you looking forward to this non-dirty cash?
I never buy a round of drinks, so a fiver can stay in my wallet for a very long period of time, you know. So I'm quite pleased that it won't disintegrate.
No, but in this future, your fiver could possibly melt in your wallet if it's been in there for too long.
I know. I've seen it. I quite like the look of it. I need to see it properly, real, in my hands. But from what I've seen in the paper, it looks quite appealing and quite nice. And I believe it can be smaller as well. Mm-hmm. So that'll be interesting. But they're all changes. So you've got Jane Austen on the £10 or the £20 notes. So they're going to completely do all of the notes as well. And it should survive a washing machine as well, I believe.
And I think
so if you accidentally leave it in your wallet and it goes in the washing machine, it should be okay.
Maddie, are you looking forward to the new plastic fiver and then the tenner and 20?
Yeah, I am. I try not to be resistant to change, especially in what could be considered trivial matters. I mean, it's just the texture of money.
But this is the British pound. They're taking away the British pound. It's always been made out of slightly weird paper cotton. Oh my God, the British pound. Yeah. They're turning it into like bouncy plastic.
That's scary. You're doing that really well.
I do that well.
Yeah, it was a good accent.
And scene. Well, that's the thing, isn't it? It's people do change. You know, they hate change.
Yeah, they do.
But this is a good thing, surely.
Well, they had it when we went from shillings and all that in whenever it was. I was
it 75 decimalisation?
You know, yeah. And people were like, oh my God, you know, it's not a farthing and a crown anymore, you know. You're right, there will be people who will be resistant to it, but we're going to have to deal with it, aren't they? You know, I mean, you know, it's just the way it happens. The notes have changed several times in my lifetime. Mm.
I will say I do love the look and feel of a £5 note, and that's a very strange quirk I've always had. It's just my favourite note. Do you have favourite notes? Well, I do, and I love the £5 note.
What's a £50 note?
No, I'm being honest. Like,
no,
especially when I was a kid, it was just the most appealing.
I can see where you're coming from, Maddie. It's about I'm a visual person, so
yeah,
you know, I'm kinesthetics. I got a feeling.
It's the crumbliest one. Dan, come on.
I just find it a bit weird that you've got a favourite note. My favourites are 50.
Same here.
And if you've got a £50 note that you'd like to give me, that I will look after very, very well.
You know, some things are more important.
I've actually just been told my director's got a £50 note in his wallet. Honestly, if you can run it through right now, I would absolutely love that, because you don't see many 50s.
I don't.
It is going to be this thing of we've got to be following Australia and Canada to have new note. I think they're coming in with a £50 note. This is
I'll tell you where you see £50 notes. You see them on those programmes where they bring antiques in, they get offered money.
Yes.
You get a nice row of £50 notes on that.
David Dickinson's always got £50 notes, hasn't he?
Roll them like that.
What I worry about is these £5 notes and these £10 notes that are going to come through. At the moment, our notes are completely different from, say, euros, which are all the same size, and it feels like monopoly money, doesn't it? And dollars as well when you go to America, they're all the same size. It doesn't help, say, the blind members of society who like our different size notes and they know they're not getting ripped off. these new things are going to be completely different to the touch for blind people. I've just been given a £50 note.
Is that what it looks like? I wouldn't know.
This is not what a £50 note looks
Can I
like.
go out and spend that? Thanks.
It's a kind of reddish colour, isn't it?
Yeah, reddish, like reddish purpley,
Yeah.
magenta. I think that is a fake, and if the Bank of England and the local constabulary would like to charge somebody with faking a £50 note, his name is Adam, and we can give you his name and address, because that is illegal, my friends. Look, there's not even a hallmark.
I know.
There's not even one of those little paper metal strips in there, and that's what the new notes are really going to be used for. They're anti-theft, anti-counterfeit. So I think that's a good idea. If you rip and it still holds together, that's a kosher note. But this at the moment, my God, look at this, it's the beautiful £50 note, it's British, it's got the Queen's face on it. This is what I love about Britain, our currency.
You need to do loads of money now if you're going to do that.
Shall I? Got to do it now. Loads of money. Right, we'll leave that for now. That's all we have for this part of the show. Next, we'll actually be showing an interview with the man who was glad to be gay. The name is Tom Robinson. You might know him from the radio, you might know him from owning his records, or you might know him from his journalism work. You're watching the Daily Rundown. Back in a bit.